What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the Shades of Blue, Season 3, Episode 9, Goodbye Prince After Show. We're going to be talking about Waz on the Run, finally, goodbye Stahl, and what revenge does Harlee have for Ramsey? Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, you gotta go in.
You gotta go in, Felicia. She said, yeah. The other day that song first came out, it was. Hey, this is everyone's song. I like how Taquaila and Felicia were in the green.
We
got
that.
There we go.
We got the
Survivor. Me and Mo with the black and white bun.
I know. Our hair
That
vibe is the same though.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, everybody got a bun. Sorry, Jazzie.
You didn't get the memo.
I didn't get the memo. It's okay. I dare to be different, you guys. I dare to be different.
I'm not mad at it. What's up, After Buzzers? I'm your host, Felicia Michelle. You are back here with us on our Shades of Blue After Show, Season 3, Episode 9. Oh my gosh, we're right at the end, and I have been here this whole time. My lovely ladies. So, ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Thank you for watching. I'm Jazzie.
And I'm Monique Loveless.
Hey, everybody. I'm Taquaila.
Ladies, oh my God. This episode finally, he's dead, you're done. But before we get into all that, we're going to talk about, Waz on the Run, of course, Stahl dying, what's going on with the cartel, and what plans Harlee has with IA. And our special segment of Did You Know? But before we get into that, what are some of your overall thoughts of this episode? So, Quail, I'm gonna save you for last because I feel like you're about to burst.
That's why.
No, go ahead. I feel like you about to pop off.
I'll keep it light and just say I needed next week to be like a 2-hour season finale. Again,
that would have been good.
I'm not feeling satisfied that we're gonna wrap everything up
in one
to my heart's desire.
I know.
So
I
want you love this show. Exactly. I just need 2 hours next week.
That makes sense.
We don't get it though.
So what were you thinking about this week though?
Right. So this week I finally glad Harlee got her breakdown, was able to breathe, let all that stress out of her. I was surprised that she was the one that chitty chitty bang bang Stahl, and I'm just over surprised that they used Adrian's mom's house as the hideaway for the cartel guy. Yeah, that was interesting. I can't think of his name right now. Enrique. Enrique. Thank you.
Yeah.
How about you,
there
Mom?
was so much going on, so much. Let me tell you, there was so much going on that I went to go take a bite to eat and I missed the whole, a whole segment.
You gotta pause it.
Yeah, but there was I feel like the ending is wrapping. I think it's wrapping up pretty well. There's a lot of action going on, but like you said, I think there should be maybe a 2-hour finale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably one of the best episodes of the season thus far. I think it was one of my favorites, and I don't know about y'all, but I broke down and cried. And I cried. I know I'm sensitive. I cried when. The moment she killed Stahl for 2 reasons. One, because finally she has her revenge.
Mm-hmm.
She has peace with that. Which is why I think that Survivor was the best song for the opening of the show. But also the Christina supplying the gun. That, I don't know why that part made me melt. Because you just wouldn't think Christina would be, I don't know, maybe when we saw her first walk in and walk to the back, we didn't know that Christina knew what was going on.
Right.
So the fact that she was by her mom's side, it was just so nice, and the dynamic of the mother and daughter bond, it was just so cool to see, because usually you see that as maybe an assassin movie or a husband and wife, but the mother-daughter thing was just, I don't know, I loved it. I love how she was what did she say? She said,
I forgot to give you a hug.
No, I said, I forgot to give you a hug, don't resist. It was just so quick. I thought I just loved it. That was the best part.
I think that was in depth. I see what you was in your feelings.
Yeah,
I'm not mad
at
you about it though. Of course, she killed Stahl. It's finally a breather, a deep sigh, but a short one, because there's never really a huge relief in this show. All right, so let's start off with Waz. So Waz, we saw last episode, he's on the run. Everybody and their mom are looking for him. Did you expect it to go that way? Did you expect Waz to just be? I don't know. I never look at him as a wanted type of man. So did you view him as that? I guess the backstory of him actually being, I don't know if he's a good guy or not.
I think Waz has a good heart. Yes, that's a good way to put it, in his own way. I wasn't really surprised with how everything went with him in this episode, but I did think that it was going to be a good turnout in the end. Like, I thought maybe like he was going to get what he was looking for when it came to trying to get the cartel to do an exchange for Enrique. That way, like, everyone that's on his back that's out to looking for him would be like, okay, now we understand why you did this and that. Like, I thought it was going to turn out to be a good outcome for Waz. I didn't think he would be in the same predicament, still on the run, still like trying to make men meet with the whole cartel and everything. So I'm like winning. Like, I'm cheering for Waz. Hopefully he comes back.
Right. I think he needs this moment to do kind of what his son or his daughter was talking about, and like take some time, get to know himself.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're giving him that moment towards the end because he needs to kind of like recharge because he is the leader and they're all scattered and they need that person to kind of get them in line to tell them like, I'm back, I'm the leader, and here it goes. I think so I think this is a good turning point for him. Yeah, I'm thinking a good turning point.
I thought that excuse me, he needs therapy. And I think when Nate tried to give him his article and what he wrote about him, he just read the first line and was like, whatever. But when he sat down and his Anna, the daughter who died, started reading it, it caught his attention. It made him open up. It made him start being self-reflective. And I think also at some point he's been carrying all the weight of the team as the family on his shoulders too. So he needs a release. And I think he kind of got that because he said that's how, he lost her. He can't lose her again. And also he's thinking that same way about Harlee and Christina and trying to protect them too, protect the whole team. So I just think I love that moment when he was talking to his daughter again. She's been a way of making him sit down and be real with himself and open to himself. But I thought he was going to come back. I thought whatever was going to happen with the cartel or Ramsey or this investigation or whatever was going to be done, especially when Enrique got away. I thought they were just going to kill him and be like, well, whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, like this is just up now. I'm tired of trying to fight and go back and forth because no one is willing to negotiate.
But they're not negotiating, which is funny because now we always see them get out of the funk that they're in, and then we haven't had the flashback yet about her sitting in front of the jury where she's like, so like you said, I don't know if it's gonna wrap up how we really wanted to because we still got to figure all of that out.
Look, thank you.
So I don't know. I think it's a good turning point for him so that he can kind of see himself and where he's at and where he's going. But as far as not being there, like I feel like they kind of need him.
They need each other, man.
And it's been hard for him to be on the run because he has to have his hands in every pot. He has to know what is going on
every way. And his wife and his son,
and
he's got them too that he feels like he always has to protect. So
those are the family he should be protecting.
No,
right?
No, for real. Seriously.
A lot of times he seems like he looks towards his work family as the family to protect first, because if you really were thinking about your family, I don't think you would have gotten yourself this far deep into the situation. It's not that he's a bad person. He just made enemies out of the wrong people. Right. Like you just picked the wrong people to make enemies out of. I wanted to touch on something really fast. I don't want to forget it. We were talking right before the show start. And you were saying it was interesting. I forget who said it, so I'm just looking at all of you. You said that it was interesting that they used Adrian's mother's home in meeting with the cartel.
I feel like maybe that was, I don't know if it was payback or just because she's in the streets anyway and they know it's somewhere that she's protected, then maybe they could be protected too. They know the people on the street. Whatever the relationship is, I thought it was a smooth move because no one's going to look for them there.
I was going to agree with that.
Yeah, no one's going to look for him there. And also, she's in the hood. Like, I just feel like the hood and other gangs, like the cartel and stuff, they kind of have an understanding.
Boundaries.
Like they know, they have like an understanding until they cross that. But if they don't know, like, I feel like that was I actually feel like that was the best place.
Not
honestly.
that bar again.
It was the best place because you would think that, he's probably in like a really private, secure, like top-notch area, like, hotel or something. But what I did not like about that was, why would you have him in the room by himself with no one watching him? Like, why is he out of sight? Because as you see, he was able to escape and get away. Everyone knows when you're like holding hostage, you're going to try to escape if no one's watching you. Like, that's your first
or you haven't bonded with your kidnapper
yet. He was like in a closet though, right?
No, he was in the bedroom. He was out in the open.
I thought that was a closet. That room was small.
Yeah, closet.
I thought it was a closet.
It was really just out in the open. It looked like it could have been Adrian's room, honestly. But
that's a studio apartment in Los Angeles.
It's pretty much.
Right.
I just think that he should have been like out of sight.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to get away was a problem. So if you're gonna hold someone hostage, they should be right in front of you. Well, don't have the door closed where you can't see them. That makes no sense. He could have. I don't know why he didn't go out the window. Maybe there's no windows in there. But like, come on.
But how far was he really going to get? No matter what, how far is he really going to get? Once again, he was in the hood. So they checking for something suspicious in the hood. They going to think, oh, there's something suspicious going on.
If there was windows in the room, he would have got out and got pretty far.
Yeah, because if Harlee and Wise didn't show up, it would have just been Tufu chasing after him. Tufu. I have done that like every season.
Thinking about tofu.
But yeah. Tufu chasing after him himself, so we never would have known how far he would have got.
He would have gone pretty.
I think so.
This is just a slippery slope of messed upness, and it's just like, how can they recover? Like, I think I just don't understand the same thing you were saying. I'm trying to save it for predictions, but the way my brain works is to connect one thing to another, and I can't understand where's the resolve coming for a lot of these situations.
See, that's why you just submitted it. We need 2 hours.
So my brain, NBC, we need 2 hours. So my brain is trying to compute something, and it's funny. The moment Mo was talking about is, I'm gonna tell on you. We were talking about Myers being killed by Stahl.
Oh yeah,
Mo was like, "What are you telling on me for?"
I was like, I must be eating some cereal or something. I was like, I'm gonna watch this, and I probably took a moment to pour some milk and some cereal, and I just missed that whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy that I even missed that. But
we saw how deeply like he was into using her position to gain power. So we saw last week him literally talking in her ear, super weird. And now that he was like sending correspondence from her email too, and like she found out, like she was really catching on to him. And even though we didn't see her actually like take her last breath, we just know that, you know, she's no more, and that Stahl like ended her.
I'm mad about that.
I
wanted to see her die. Like we seen how he had to get
really?
Yes, I wanted to see how.
Oh, you wanted to see the
Myers, how Stahl killed her.
I was like, what?
No. I wanted to see that happen. We've seen how he's tortured and killed everybody from season 1 to now, and not just him, but just with Harlee, the Wise team, and how they've killed certain people and going through just either season. Excuse me. I wanted to see hers because. She was real rude. I wanted that revenge
she was
for
real
myself.
Rude.
Yes, this whole season working with him, not knowing how trifling he has been to Harlee.
I don't understand how she was so deceived.
He just killed Gina. No, she got scared at the last minute, and she didn't have enough time to even try to recover or protect herself.
She didn't even try protecting herself.
No,
I believe they should have made it a Kill Bill moment. Like she should have fought back. Like why are these women just letting him kill them? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
If you put your hands around my neck, there's no point in closing the door.
Let me go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It needs to be it should have been a Kill Bill moment. Especially with her being in the FBI. Like
absolutely.
She should have. Gina, okay, I totally understand. But her being an FBI, like she knows how to defend herself.
Right.
You're just gonna sit back and let that happen?
Yeah.
At the hands of that crazy creepy man? No.
Yeah, that's why when he had like shut the door and he was pulling her back, like I already knew it was gonna go down. Like he's gonna kill this woman. But I had no sympathy whatsoever because she knew what she was getting herself into. She could tell by the way he talks. Just a little like side notes here and there where he be like studying Harlee. You could just tell Stahl is up to no good. So I don't know why she thought that she was saved when he killed everyone else to torture everyone else as well.
Well, I think she was blindsided by him at first because even when Harlee said, even when she said, I didn't know you sent that tape. I can't cover up for you scratching yourself out of that tape. She was actually blindsided. I think he really came off to her as a good guy. So when it clicked that he was really crazy, it was already too late. She had already gone too far.
Yeah,
she was stigmatized.
She definitely.
Yeah. She was.
You want some love scenes and stuff? She was stigmatized. She got into something with him, sleeping with him.
Cool. And I think we also finally got to see their backstory in basic training and why they came
Yes.
so
Yeah,
close.
they
So
talked
I
about
think
that.
she
About
had
that.
misplaced trust. She really trusted him until
Yes.
she couldn't no more, and then that was why she had to end up
She
taking her
still,
last breath.
and I agree with you, Mo. She still should have put up a fight, though.
Yes.
Like the fist,
Yeah,
the
it should've
legs,
been a kill.
everything. Like there should be
Yes.
no reason why she didn't even defend herself, not once.
Right,
Not
that
once.
door would not have been closing on me, okay? And I needed that to
Not
be
that easily.
realistic. Even though I missed the part, I needed it to be realistic. I needed it to be realistic.
Yeah.
So that should have been more of like a Kill Bill, Ocean's 11 type
should have
moment.
been
Just a nice
really
one-on-one.
Well, you think about it too, because it's like, well, he's like defunct from being a part of the same organization as you. That should tell you something's the matter, like something's wrong. Like he's the one who is outside of your organization now, and y'all are searching for him and hunting him down. And she, even though he's claiming that Harlee is this crazy person and is just as obsessed with him, she still has her back. She's not hiding anywhere. She lives in her regular same house and doing her regular same mischief with her regular same crew. So it should have been like, baby
I don't know.
girl.
Sometimes if somebody saves your life in a certain situation, I feel like any type of life trauma that you have and somebody saves your life,
You don't wanna
like
trust
you're
them.
going to try your best to be on their side because they had your back. But
like indebted to him or
yes.
something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
I say once again, as soon as you put a hand around my neck and try, no, sir,
I like how Mo said, no, sir. And went straight for the head, though. She said the neck, but she went for the hair. You all know how you can't touch a black woman's hair. But she was like,
that's like we gonna fight. You gonna have to kill me and fight me. Like you're going to go through it. You're going to think again about trying to go kill somebody
Maybe
else.
she was just in shock and she couldn't believe it. Or maybe that's a fun game they play.
that too. I don't know. Hey,
Kill me or I kill you first.
Well, that fun game ended her life.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like in that moment, she must have known. Like, she knew what was about to go down. Like,
Yeah, you see the
Please.
terror in her eyes. The point when it finally clicked in her that he has been lying. She's the one that has been manipulated by him, and she's been doing all of this when he's been attacking and going after Harlee. Like it clicked. It just was too late.
It was too late. And when she saw him in her house, I did see that part, you guys. So I saw her walk into the house, and when she saw him, it was just like she was still trying to question him and stuff. Like, oh well, now it's clicking in my mind that you're not right. Like, no, I'm about to go get my gun. Like, we about to hash it out right here.
Or let's even talk about too Harlee realizing that something is the matter with Myers too. Like, wait, like you're not good. Like something is.
Yeah, well, clearly
Wrong.
Myers just sucks at her job in general. Like,
Well, I don't understand why they didn't lock her up for harboring a fugitive now, because
they didn't have
But
all
they didn't-
evidence.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't enough evidence. It was just pretty much Harlee's word against
Against
hers.
hers. Yeah,
And
that's true.
it wasn't enough. But when Harlee saw that little earpiece that was on the table, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
it's
it.
a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, she knows for a fact. That just sucks for Myers. Let us know your thoughts in the comments right now.
Yes, please. And also, we're going to let you know where to find us at, Jazzie.
Yes, so AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that works harder to serve. No harder network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz TV continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be. They're optional, trust me. So hit the subscribe button right now for this channel. You can check out our AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did, and so in the comments so we can shout you out on air. And for now, thanks for making us be the best ESPN of TV talk.
Yes.
Thank you.
I low-key
Right.
love our fans here at AfterBuzz. Like they're so committed and dedicated to the show. Like I feel so bad that the show's ending for them
For the fans.
and for Taquaila.
And for
Right.
thank you. I can be included.
And for Taquaila. So we saw Harlee and Loman link up to find the footage from MTA. Like I love Loman, so I have to talk about Loman.
Go ahead. Let's get your boo in there.
I know.
Yes, throw him in the mix. Don't be a hater. Listen, no. So I just like that Loman seems like he's more badass. Like every episode, he just gets more like.
Did he surprise you every time? Like kind of
thrills
shock you a little
me.
bit?
No,
he thrills her. That's
He
even
thrills me.
That's something else.
Only because he is gaining like this sense of himself, and people are actually coming to him with more things. Like before, their partnership was more like big sister, little bro,
right.
and now they're more like, we are actual partners, and I actually turn to you, and I actually call you first for things, and I actually am wanting you to be by my side in this, which I like that.
I love Loman too.
She feels like her man is stepping into his
know.
manlyhood.
And I like that. And I like that.
And I like that.
And I
like that. So I just don't, I didn't want him to go too far. Last week when he threatened that little boy on the staircase, I was like, oh man, so he's all the way turned
Wise
down.
Jr.
Right.
Exactly. So, excuse me, I want him to still keep his hope, his pureness, his goals as to what he wanted to initially become a police officer for. And I think part of that had gotten away eventually, but Harlee still has a soft spot for him. No, he has a soft spot in his heart for Harlee, to where I hope she allows him to still come out and he can still be that guidance to where people can lean on him still, because he's proven himself by this time, and he's one of them officially, and he's not like the rookie anymore or the one that they can't fully trust because they don't know how if he's gonna still try to abide by the right side of the law. So I do like that he has come into the team per se and how everyone cooperates. I just don't want it to like fully harbor or change who he is internally.
That's kind of pretty deep.
Right, that was deep.
Sorry.
I know, we were all like, dang.
3 seasons full. Okay, 3 seasons full. I've seen the change.
So staying in this deep moment, in this deep place, what were your thoughts? I need to know like your first thoughts when it was like, boom, Stahl's dead. Like, she killed him. He's dead.
Like I said, finally. Okay, I was like, woo! Literally, literally when I was watching it, I was like, woo! Then I started crying.
Wait, can you do it again?
No, I can't do it again. That's enough air I got right now. But I was just really excited because, for one, Harlee got her victory. The crazy guy is just gone. He's dead. He needed to be put to rest, I think, because he couldn't get his thoughts together. He was one way, then he was another way. Another time, he's very bipolar, just very kind of like just unpredictable. You didn't know what to expect with Stahl. You just knew something crazy. And I think it's really hard to go on with life, speaking for Harlee's part, when you don't know like who's watching, what's by your side. Like, you can't really live your life because someone's plan to mess with you. They can manipulate you, like mine, just it's a lot. So I was happy about that. And like I said before, ladies, I had cried because of that mother-daughter dynamic. And I kind of think now I might have cried because more so related to myself. And I've always been there for my mom and would tell her too, like stop being so hard on yourself. Like, you never want to see your parents suffering. I think all of us can say our dream is to borrow my parents a house or give back to them what they did for us, So I think to see Christina in that limelight, to be there for her mom's defense, like she pretty much saved her mom's life, if you think about it. Whether she would have supplied the gun or whether she would have jumped to the front of the bullet for her, either way, it was for Christina, I don't know what would have happened. So I was initially just happy. It was tears of joy for me.
I was excited that for whatever reason, Christina felt the fire unsafe. Yes. Her security was getting wild. She had different people coming to pick her up from work that she was packing. Like, she came in the house already strapped because that saved her mama's life.
She sure did, right in her pocket.
She did, and she took it and was like, look, don't resist. Harlee still was thinking under pressure, and then there we go. But I was sad that she just shot him. Like, I wanted a tuffle. I wanted them to fight. I wanted her to get kidnapped or give. I wanted it to be like, because he's been manipulating her, messing with her mind this whole time. I wanted him to get one edge, like when he kidnapped her in the van that time, and
just getting inside her mind.
So had them tuffle. Yes, so I wanted something more action packed instead of just her firing off on him.
Chitty chitty bang bang one.
Yeah, like that was just. I was a little disappointed in that ride.
I was, you know what? I agree. I totally felt the same way. Once again,
we know Mo ain't going down without a fight.
Right?
I kill
Bill moment.
Right.
All that.
Like, make sure you taking me out. Like, because we're gonna have, like, if you don't have that objective, I have that objective. Like, I just feel like her trying to talk him down and all that stuff. I didn't feel like that moment was kind of realistic. Like, he's super crazy. He's been doing all of this. He's finally in her house. She doesn't have her gun. He does. And the whole "let me talk you down" situation, I feel like they was past that. It was time to like charge him and like do something.
I agree with you both, ladies. I think the whole suffering was needed. We could say that Stahl could have used a lot of suffering, but the way that it ended, I'm not mad at it because it just needed to be done. I'd rather to know that you're dead right away than try to like, you know, fight you and ruffle, truffle, all that kind of stuff, like all that kind of scuffle things. I don't think it's needed. Like, I need you dead. Period. Because
you got to go.
Well, yeah, because about to kill her before.
But that's why the talking down was what happened. Because I agree with you, the talking down probably wasn't really necessary, and it probably wasn't real. But if someone's about to shoot you right now with a gun at your eye, and you have nothing around you to support you to defend yourself but your two fists, but a bullet moves faster than your fist. So it's like, well, let me try to calm him down a little bit. That way, when I calm him down, I could probably have him at ease. Then I can take charge of him.
That's a type.
Are you really doing that in a real situation? If a real gun is on you, you're going to be like, listen, hold on.
I really don't want to think about this real situation.
We're not trained police, so we wouldn't. I don't think we would naturally act like that. You know, she's trained for the sake of this TV show. She's trained, so they know how to be like the. What are they called? Not instigators.
Like the mediators.
Yeah, so they know how to talk people down, try to at least get them calm and leveled, at least drop the gun and then arrest them or secure them in some way.
I would have liked a scuffle though. I'm not going to lie. I'm with you. I feel like it should have been a little more action in that. But the whole mother-daughter thing I did like that she felt like she gave Christina a hug and she felt her packing.
I love
she
that.
was just like, you know, don't resist. And just took it and chitty bang bang right in front of her. She didn't even care. She was like, he's got to go.
Yeah, he has to go. Because she told her unload. Like, you see him, you see anybody who's unload on him. I forget who she was talking about. But she like has her carrying. I like that because it's a character development. And I can appreciate any character development.
Exactly.
The relationship with them has gotten stronger because she's told her daughter the truth. Now imagine if she had continued to lie to Christina.
Yes, very true.
They would have both been expired.
And she became the protector in the end. And not even that, she was the one like, no, you go ahead. I got it. I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay this time. You go shower first.
Yeah.
Harlee needed that.
No,
so
she
I
needed that.
love that at the end too.
I loved it.
Right.
And then also too, and Christina, she's like you said, the fact that Harlee hasn't opened up to her, she's not dumb. She knows what's going on. So right when Harlee got in the car and said, "I just wanted to see you," and she was like, "I'm gonna have a spot to pick you up today." Like Christina's like, "I'm not stupid. Something's wrong."
So, like you could have just texted that.
Yeah. Like she's like, "Okay, so something serious going on. So let me just be ready at all costs." So Christina's probably thinking to use the gun for herself, not knowing she's gonna be using it for her mother. But either way, hands down, I think that was the writers did a great job with that part.
I think we have Mark Dixon in the chat, and I think he kind of sums it all up. He says, the show has come full circle for Harlee. For 3 seasons, she has been on the grimy end and didn't see an exit. And at the end, she will be free from it all, but not jail, though.
Oh, and that's amazing.
So I think that's a good sum up of...
Is that a prediction and a sum up, too?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
No jail?
Yeah.
But he also had mentioned, too, that he said, and maybe it's in response to you, Mo, but he said, "Are you sure you want them to get into a scuffle? Dude is a psychopath. Things always go south with him in the end." So pretty much like it's best that she just killed him straightforward. You know?
I don't know. I think I'm not a grimy person, but
like
I would like to see. Yeah, I would like to see more action. Like even if she scuffled the gun away, like you know what I'm saying, just something a little more that felt like I wanted to feel her rage.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it was. I wanted to feel her rage that he broke into your house. He did all this to get to you. He's been playing with your mind. He kidnapped you. He almost killed you in the beginning. All of this. Like, I wanted to feel her rage, and rage in that moment would have been attacking him. Like, I'm psycho just as much as you are because you put me on this level. You know, women do that anyway. We get crazy because a man will put you on that level. So I feel like they should have just showed that. Like,
that's that thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, like, I don't have...
Like, girls whose boyfriend cheated on them have done more than she did in that moment.
Right. Angela Bassett and Wayne Texel.
There we go.
Right.
But to piggyback on that,
Angela was totally within her right. Sorry, I had to say that.
To piggyback on that, I don't even think she even had the rage in there. Like I said, you can see over time Harlee is exhausted. Yeah. She's tired. She wants it to be over. That's why we saw that breakdown in the bathroom when she was finally crying with tears of joy and relief. And like, damn, finally, you know, like it's we seen that Bennett died and she wanted that closure from Nava, and then now Stahl's dead. It's like, thank you, Jesus, you know. So I just think that even if we want to see her rage. I don't think she would have had it. I think she's more fear for her life. At this point in time, she was like, what are we gonna do? Because either I'm gonna be dead, you're gonna be dead. What we gonna do? Because I'm tired. Like that's the kind of energy that I got from Harlee. I didn't get any rage from her. I just like.
Even if it wasn't rage just from him, she needs to get outrageous about this cartel because they ain't playing with them. Yeah. So either way it went, I would have took all of that out of him.
So let's jump J-Lo from Enough.
Yes, Sorry. That was going to say that too.
Okay.
So let's jump into Cole. So Cole's situation is just like, dang, it's so messed up because he was just trying to help and now he's on the run.
I'm future prediction. He's going to die.
Wait, we forgot. We got prediction section.
I know. I just said future. That was just a quick one. I just had a quick one. Okay. I just had a quick one before, So
we see her calling on Cole again for help. She does this, every episode now. It's almost like they're tandem together, but just on opposite sides. It's kind of like West Side Story. I don't know if you ever read the West Side Story or not. Or Romeo and Juliet-ish.
Love that movie.
Yes. So I love which one? Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes. Okay, just checking because if you a real one or not. So we see Cole, and she wants to get Cole to tell her the information so she can use that against IA, but report to IA. Do you think that's a smart move of her, like to want to try to take down Ramsey? Because now you said it's like she has a checklist basically, right? So it was Bennett, and then we have Stahl and other people that died that she didn't know she was dead, and now Ramsey. I don't think Ramsey will I don't think she's gonna kill him, but get him.
I don't necessarily think that Ramsey was really on her checklist until it got this far deep. And when she found out that Ramsey was kind of behind the whole James Nava's death at Bennett, and that Bennett was ordered to kill him, that's when she got more into figure out, well, who's Ramsey and why is he causing all this trouble? I don't think her plan was ever to take down Ramsey himself, but because it's gone so
he's
far
on the
deep,
list now, though.
Yeah, now he's on the list, and then also she has developed this relationship with Cole, and I know she wants to protect Cole since Cole has helped her along this way. Right. She now feels probably more obligated to help Cole out. So, is it a smart move? I think so, but Harlee's wise. She got a trick up her sleeve. So, I don't know.
I'm not saying that because I have a full prediction for that.
Okay, well then wait. Well, I'll remind you on prediction.
I have a full prediction for that, like a full story that I've already made up in my head. And
I think
connection.
I'm kind of on that same page with Monique, so I'll hold on.
Okay, all right.
Hold off on that one.
All right, so we'll hold off on that because those are. I know that these are going to be some in-depth predictions. So I'm gonna give us some more time on that. So let's jump into our special segment. Did you know? Did you know?
We're going first.
Did you know is our special segment where we talk about laws that are actually laws but sound ridiculous or are ridiculous,
right? So
in our opinions.
Yes.
My song on
your little X-Files. I can't believe you really listen to this.
Are you gonna walk down the aisle to this song?
No, I already have my song actually.
I hope not.
And it's not a creepy one. It's actually Nita Baker's Angel.
I love that song. Go ahead, Mo. Sorry, girl.
She planned her whole wedding. So the funny law in Nebraska is that you cannot purchase a cocktail that mixes liquor and beer. So you have to drink them separately.
But why is that a law?
But who was putting beer in their mixed drink?
Yeah. Okay, so I used to be a server for a long time, and it's actually good. It's good, but I think they probably meant legitimate beer. But it's actually really good. This is one drink called a Georgia Peach, and it has Blue Moon Draft and Absolute Peach Vodka in it, and it's bomb. It's
I've
bomb.
heard of that.
It doesn't sound that bad.
It has peach schnapps. Oh, it's so good. And peach lemonade.
In Nebraska, you cannot do that. You have to drink them separately.
I think it's crazy. It's a law though. So if I do it,
but think about it. These are actual laws, which means people actually voted to present these signatures, voted for them, and everything.
I'm so sorry. As you're saying this, I keep thinking in my head, I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting when you learn how laws are made, and I'm listening to them, somebody really took the time out to make this.
Exactly. Yeah. And then our next weird and silly law is in New Hampshire. So multiple counties in New Hampshire have outlawed picnics in cemeteries. So you cannot have a picnic with your dead loved one.
Thank you.
The
You know
music
what?
is so perfect for this law.
that was.
I kind of like this law only because out here in Hollywood, there's so many events that go down at Hollywood Park Cemetery.
Yeah, the Hollywood
and
Cemetery.
the idea of it is cool, but I don't really think it's a smart idea to be just playing around the dead like that. Like, that's their piece. So why are we having movie night? Why are we having like festivals? Why are we partying in the cemetery? I've never been
Because there's no quiet hours.
I've never been fond about that because whether someone passed away, whether someone's buried there that was in the industry, not in the industry, there's some loved ones who are there. That
Well, they have like
visit.
movie night and stuff there. I feel like with that one, it's not a big deal because I feel like there's just bodies there. There's not the spirit there.
No,
Either way, I think
I don't want
I
movie
think-
night.
but
I don't
I
want to be
think the
singing in
cemetery needs to
festivals.
be
Don't want
a cemetery. Like, it needs to be a place
Singing
of
in
peace.
festivals.
It needs to be,
I like that law. Thank you.
Yeah,
New Hampshire.
Well, so y'all don't like swimming in the ocean because people dump ashes in the ocean very often.
Right.
So if you don't like
or breathing
Nadar,
in when they fly in.
I don't swim in the ocean, so
Oh,
Jay's
I
like,
don't
I'm
do. So I like.
don't open your mouth.
Okay,
I put my feet in it sometimes, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, when you travel, you go snorkeling and stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
not really,
all the time.
I'm not a fan of that law because it's like, what if somebody just wants to like sit down and have a peaceful time like with their
a
person?
one-on-one?
That's
And
what-
I
yeah.
know that me and my family enjoy snacks, and so like we like to eat.
Well, in New Hampshire,
I don't
you
think-
can't do
That's not really a
that.
picking though. If you're gonna go visit, like, say a loved one, whether grandmother, whatever, and
I can't bring a sandwich.
Yeah,
Well, you can have
That's
like
not
a full picnic.
I'm thinking like a whole
Like-
tablecloth and like the baskets and
Yeah.
the drinks and the lawn chairs. Like, no, we're not having all that kind of stuff. You're
Yeah.
gonna sit next to your loved one and just you and that person. Then why not? That's acceptable, I'm sure, because that's like bringing your balloons out there or your cars and whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So-
you just can't have no full-on picnic.
Respect.
Right. So that ends that wraps up our laws.
That
As
is
of-
our silly laws. Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
I do have a comment though.
If you didn't,
before
now
we
you do.
transition into,
What's up?
we're doing news, right?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your
I
comment?
was gonna just talk quick about Tess. I just
Wow, you really are far back.
Well, we didn't really dive much into it, but I don't know. I just was thinking like it was just really interesting her meeting with Ramsey, and I don't know if that was the best move. Like, I'm kind of worried about that because we do see her come along back in the episode. We don't know what was said. We don't know if she agreed on Ramsey's deal or what. So
To empty his bank account.
Yeah, because
we
we
know she
all
in
know
trouble,
Tess
money
is really
trouble.
just like she just wants. She just wants her debt to be paid, period.
But not necessarily, because she didn't take the money the first time when the
other
Bennett
girl.
and
Right.
the other girl offered it to
But
her.
that wasn't Ramsey who was ahead of them talking to her at that time either. Like,
But
this-
that was paying off her full debt at that time, and she had the choice to do it then. I feel like she's pretty loyal to the team. I think she knows. I think if anything, that's like an end for them to actually have a setup.
I don't know.
Like it's a part of a larger plan.
Yeah, it could be a
Gotcha.
part of a larger plan, but you got to get into these predictions.
Well, yeah, we're
News
not.
first.
Yes, let's get into some news and gossip.
All right. So we have our Shades of Blue news for this week. We're going to take it old school. Since we were saying good night, sweet prince, sweet princess to a couple of people today, we're going to take it back and we're going to focus on
He is not a
Michael
sweet prince.
Esper. No. Michael Esper, who's also known as Donnie Pump. If you remember Donnie Pump, he now is going into FX's Trust, is where we can find him and watch some of his acts. Trust is about the trials and tribulations of the Getty family, and he plays John Paul Getty Jr. Yeah,
he plays the son because I was on that. Y'all saw me on that. So yeah, he plays the son of John Paul Getty Sr.
Yeah. So
He's the dad to the third John Paul Getty who got kidnapped, got his ear cut off.
Oh, I didn't even know all that. But yeah, so that's where he is now. The first season is already out and available to stream if you want to check that out. And just some more background about him in 2014, 2015. If you watch Nurse Jackie, he played the role Gabe, where he was her drug dealer at one point in time. Yeah, he was in that as well. And then his background has been a lot in theater. So also this year he's been in a theater production by the name of The Pain of My Belligerence. So if you also want to see him there. And he's had a couple of minor roles previously in Elementary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that used to be my show too. I don't think I remember seeing him on there, but Donnie Pump, Michael Esper, also known as Donnie Pump, is still out there. We'll see him in FX's Trust again if you want to see him there. And
Is that
if
like
you
a
watch
Jersey
theater,
Shore name?
you can come through.
Donnie Pump.
Yeah,
It sounds like a Jersey Shore
really
name.
does. Though. At first, I was like, "What do you?" But yes, it really does.
It does.
It's like
it
an
was
alter
just
ego.
His name on the show, but that is a good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Connection though, yeah. And so then our second throwback character person we miss is Santino Fontana, who's also known as David Saperstein. So Saperstein is originally his background. He's a Broadway veteran, and he's been in Cinderella before a couple of times actually. And coming this fall, we can see him as the lead in Broadway's musical adaptation of Tootsie. You've seen Tootsie. He's gonna be the star Michael Dorsey, who's a struggling actor who lands a job under the female persona Dorothy Michaels, and that's gonna be played on screen by Dustin Hoffman.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
That's started to this fall, and you can catch it if you're in Chicago from September 11th through October 14th at Chicago's Cadillac Palace Theater.
Nice.
And then it'll have a new release over worldwide come spring 2019.
Nice.
And I think one thing that sticks out to me, and maybe just because I have little cousins, but if you ever watch Frozen and Frozen 2, and you know Hans is we think he's a good gentleman at the beginning, but now we know he's cold and cruel. And exactly. Well, he is Hans. And all the singing is actually done from him. He recorded all of the singing and the show for Frozen and Frozen 2. So
He should never let little kids know that. They will hate him. They will hate him.
I agree.
So we did a little goodbye throwback for our two people, our Donnie Pump and our David Saperstein.
Nice. Thanks, Taquaila.
Of course.
You always you be looking up people's whole
I
information.
feel like if I ever knew them in person, they'd probably be run. But I feel like I know you.
You could get it. You could take
do.
my
Right.
job on
You
the
do.
FBI. I don't need it no more.
I want you to do some news on me.
Okay, I got you.
wanna-
I'll do
I wanna-
it all
I wanna
of us
see how-
next week.
I
That'll
wanna
be the
see how well.
finale. We'll figure out what we're doing. We can do it that way.
Don't worry about me.
I'm not going to
T.
tell you anything either. You got to find it out.
Okay.
Go do
Me and Mo are
research.
good. Yeah, me and Mo are real
I'm looking at her like, you could be by yourself.
Me and Mo are
show
real
that way.
good. All right, ladies, let's get into our predictions finally.
Oh boy.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Predictions.
predictions.
I don't know who's gonna burst like first. I'm a just say eeny, meeny, miny, Mo.
Mo.
Okay, so my predictions are nice and juicy. I think that Cole is going to be killed, and that is why Harlee is confessing to the jury that they're the bad guys. I think that Waz has a plan. I think he's going to come back with a plan. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to connect it. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere pulled out of the galaxy that we didn't even think of. And it's just going to happen. And honestly, I feel like there needs to be a grand death. I don't know who it is. I'm not sure who it is, but there needs to be like a grand death. Somebody close to them needs to die.
Close to Waz's
So,
team.
if you had it your way, who would it be? If you had it your way.
Yeah.
If I had it my way, it would be Waz, just because he's such the connector of the team. And I think it kind of comes down to like, now we're all on our own and everybody can be kind of free of this team and kind of figure it out on their own. If that doesn't happen, maybe y'all need to go to jail. Somebody needs to something deep needs to happen now.
The Waz thing that you mentioned makes sense.
Yeah. Because then, now they're free of the team and they're able to go on and live their lives
For themselves, and not think how Waz wants them to think.
Yeah, and he can kind of move on in what we call the afterlife expansion or whatever you want to call it. So maybe he'll get some peace from that.
Well,
Interesting.
can I just make a statement first?
Of course.
I want to see Wallace. We didn't really is he out the hospital? Is he okay? What happened to him? Can he come back and make an appearance? Can we just wrap that up for me? So I'm gonna try to make mine
It has
as
been about
short
2
as I
episodes
can.
with no Wallace.
And that's why I need 2 hours, but I'll get over it.
Right.
So I think when we see the preview for next week, Harlee is going to go against IA. She's going to get Ramsey and Annette somehow. I think we're going to see her and Waz have been going back and forth between something like hidden. We haven't been able to see it, but it'll all come next week. On the information of either somebody from the cartel is going to try to come up and they're going to catch them in that net as well, because they're eventually going to end up trying to save Enrique. It's going to be his actual father, maybe. Or they're just going to have enough. They're going to torture Enrique enough to get him a recording or video or something admitting everybody's part in it. If that doesn't happen, then I think Ramsey is not literally or physically, but he's going to hang himself somehow, and that's going to get him caught up. So either way, I feel like at the end, she's telling, but it's going to be a greater good, even though Waz doesn't want her to do it. I think it's going to be a greater good for everybody, and in the end, Ramsey will be the one dying. Or jail or something of that nature, and it would all be dismantled from him to the other IA detectives and everybody else that's kind of connected in
all
with the cartel.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
It does need to be like 2 hours. I mean, we just wrote a full script right here between me and her.
And I think Tess took the money.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think she did.
Because Waz, she went to Waz.
She needs it.
Waz is exactly, and Waz is usually the fixer. Waz is usually the provider. He said, "Oh shoot, I can't give you $146,000 and whatever the amount was." So again, she's dangling it. And your point main, she got it from Ramsey this time. She didn't get it from one of Ramsey's people. Ramsey literally said, all I need you to do is empty my bank account. I think she got that money.
I don't think she did.
So, okay. Unfortunately, I think Cole is going to die next episode, and I hope it's not real. I also hope that if he does die,
They can do it before.
yes. How'd you know I was going to say that? How'd you know? I was going to say, I hope they get it in before he passes away, if he passes away. Please.
Don't leave us hanging.
Please don't leave us hanging. I need some kind of love. I need some intimacy. I need some fire and desire between Harlee and Cole before the show ends.
It's not happening.
Please. I don't know. This is my prediction.
It's not happening.
So I think that is part of it. I do think Tess as well took the money. But I think she has a twist up her sleeve as well. Everyone has their own like little way of handling their business. So I think she probably took Ramsey's money, but she's also setting Ramsey up as well. She's like, Ramsey's probably going to think that Tess is leading him to their fate, but she's actually leading him to his own fate. So whether it's locked up or dead, but I don't think he's going to die. I think he might get locked up for life. And man, I also think that I think that Waz isn't going to make it. I don't think he's going to pass away either, but it's going to be some kind of relief between him and his son and his wife. Like, they're going to be one big family again. It's going to be a tense ride. I don't know.
Can I just add, Mark Dixon, thanks for being in the chat and chatting with us during this episode. Come back next week, too. But I think he just said, just remember something. I think Stahl planted the tooth somewhere. Even if it's not on himself, if the nutcase left the tooth and the note in his pocket or somewhere, he said, I don't know, but he thinks Stahl left the tooth somewhere. So maybe that'll come back.
Yeah, like that could come back on her, and maybe she had, I don't know. You're right. I need to see Wallace, and I need to see what's going on with this jury.
I don't know. Let me get to my predictions though. Dag, y'all.
Sorry.
So next week, I definitely am on the same wavelength with Mo. I think that there's going to be like a huge grand death. And with it being Waz, what I would like to see is that maybe Waz we think he dies, but he doesn't die, but really that bullet is that's lodged in his back, does something, and he's paralyzed. He's out of the game, and that Harlee is who takes over, and she starts a new era with the same group of people, but directing them to do better, be better, and be the kind of police that they need to be. So that's my prediction. That's my prediction. I'm so sorry to tell her there will be no season 4. J-Lo is hella busy, and that's fine because she's fired. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me, Felicia Michelle, on Instagram at It's Felicia Michelle. I almost forgot my Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at I'm Jazzie. That's IMJAZZIEE.
And I'm Monique Loveless, and you can find me everywhere at Miss Mo Loveless. That's MS Mo Loveless.
And I'm Taquaila. Come chat with me at Taquaila_IAM.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back next week for the last episode.
The finale.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.